I hope this is going to work. If this isn't going to work, I'm going to be very cross. If it's still, it should be public. I've really messed up the settings. If you're trying to watch this, I can only apologize. What is going on? Have I done that right? I think I might have done. I can't tell from there. How can I tell on here? If anyone is watching this, no, I can't even remember. Oh, yes, you are. Ah, good. Sorry. Now, one thing I haven't done is lighting, because I'm not quite ready to go live yet. I just thought because I've had some tweets about how annoying it is when I, yeah. 18, God, there's all kinds of stuff going on. But why can't I see? Welcome to, no, that's all right. Oh, God, no, I've done something wrong. I hope that hasn't stopped. No, it hasn't. What's annoying is I can't see the chat thing. What have I done wrong for that? I haven't done anything consciously to stop it. Said unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Well, that's no good. Look, there's about 500 of you watching, and I can't see if anything's being said. I'm going to do some news in a minute, and then building up to the episode. A new episode is going to be released at 6:00 this evening, and it's really good. And so I was really trying to give that a good old plug. Something shocking has happened now. Okay. This must be the most frustrating thing to watch. I really apologize. Why? It's quite useful seeing the chat, and now I can't do it. I don't know what I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. I can't see what I've done wrong. I'm just having a look at all the things I could do. No. I could see it last time. Let's see what's that pop-out chat? Can I see? I've got a pop-out chat. I don't know why. We popped out. Restore chat. No, I'm going to go for pop-out chat. That's what I like. I'm just going to see now how annoying you all are. Oh, you're all saying hello. Oh, you're very lovely. Hello from the kitchen. That's a long way away. This is, I know, isn't it the same? I've been doing video conferencing and video interviews all week. I've done 6 fully charged interviews this week, which will come out soon. Some of them will be podcasts. Some of them will be episodes, video episodes, because there's some amazing footage we've got to go with them. But yes, we are doing I think we're all doing some serious screen time. I spend so long each day looking at a screen with my mates from all over the world. We speak to people in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America, all over the UK, France, Italy. It's crazy. People that people I don't see for years. People who live down the road. We've been having like virtual drinks with them. I'm sure you've all been doing that. Have you washed your hands? Yes, I have, but I have been working in the garden, and I scratched my that arm. Ow. That hurts. That's not self-harm. That was bashing on a bit of wood. Yes, I'm washing my hands like an obsessive narcissist. Hi, Finland. Hello, Finland. How are you? Victoria, British Columbia. It's so beautiful, Victoria, British Columbia. I've been there in 1986. So a while ago. Croatia, birthplace of Nikola Tesla. You are absolutely correct in that statement. Australia, mate, really like your video chat about electric vehicles. Thank you, because that's what this is. Not just electric vehicles, although there is some. Now I've got to start at 5:45. That's what I said. Hungary, God, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my God, the chat is going blah, 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 blah. Considering raised beds. Should I? Yeah, constructing raised beds. Oh boy, it really helps when you're a bit older. Yeah, because I've just been bending down all day, picking up things in the garden, and I can feel it. Hello to all patrons from the Wirral in Cheshire. Very good. Greetings from sunny Wales. Yeah, it's been sunny here even today. We've had a lot. I can show you. Actually, that's why I was doing some tweets about that. I've just remembered. I can show you. I haven't printed out any web pages, and I'm not going to hold up pieces of paper. Don't get stressed about that. But, okay, that was last week, but that is remarkable. That is my solar generation in a day. Look at that. 30, what is it? I can't see it. 31.3 kilowatt hours in a day in March in UK. Unbelievable. Because I've turned my phone off because I don't want it to ring, so I can't get all the data. But there was some other thing. Yes. Wait. Oh no, I can't. Okay, so I can't do it because it's not got a signal. Come on, get to the news. Oh, Portugal, hello, and India. Isn't that amazing? It is amazing. Can I just be amazed for a moment? For a gentleman of my age to be able to talk to a little camera in his little studio, in his little house, and there's people from India watching. I mean, that is amazing. And I know the world is absolutely in agony at the moment with this, the human race. We're all suffering. It's terrible. And the impact on our lives is immeasurable. And the ongoing knock-on effects of everything that's going on is amazing. But I don't talk about that because that's the thing. I don't talk about the thing on this channel. It's mainly meant to be good news. But it is amazing. Brazil. Oh, my God. Hello, Brazil. I've never been to Brazil. I'd love to go. Probably can't ever go now. Melbourne, Australia, mate. I've been there a lot. Spent a lot of time in Melbourne. In fact, the last time I was there, I had a lovely coffee and a small, I think it was a croissant, in Mario's in Fitzroy. Beautiful little cafe with my son, who paid for my breakfast. It was marvellous when he was working there. There's a bag of chips in it if you get the news out, Bobby. South Africa. Hello, South Africa. Excited about the Polestar 2? Yes, seen it, sat in it, not driven it. Amazing. They know how to make cars, those Volvo people. Imperial Beach, California. Oh my God. Robert, stop touching your face. It's all right. I haven't been anywhere. I've been in my house all day. In my house. I haven't been anywhere near anyone else or any products touched by anyone else in the last 5 years. So, I know I will try not to touch my face. And I know you shouldn't. And when I'm out and about, you don't. And I'm making masks. So I might do a fully charged update. I'm actually making masks for my face masks for my neighbors. I'm just waiting for some more elastic. I've run out of elastic, which is annoying. Salisbury, UK. Okay, I think I can start the news now because it's very nearly, it's nearly 5:45. Touch that face behind you. I can't. There's too many messages. Holland, the Netherlands, 2 minutes early. It is 2 minutes early. 6 toilet rolls. We have toilet rolls. We're not short of toilet rolls or rice or pasta. But there's only 2 of us here, so we don't need that much. So we're very good about that. I think you have something on your face, do I? I'm having a look. It's not impossible because I've been out in the garden all day with brambles all over me. I think I'm all right. It's just my face. It's a rubbish face, and it's been a bit battered. I'm not saving the planet, but I'm doing a little bit. Yes, with my track record, and my job involves and did certainly for many years involve an enormous amount of travel. So I don't have any legs to stand on. I am part of the problem, and I'm making tiny attempts to be part of the solution. But where is the bespoke shoe in the bookcase? Oh, you can't see it because it's right behind me. So it's there. That was actually my mother's. I made that for my mum. Kind of looks a bit butch, doesn't it? But it's a sort of walking shoe. She was not a butch woman, my mum. Although she had a temper on her. I can tell you that much. If a little kid is playing up, they were trouble. Yeah. Anyway, does the pandemic speed up? All these are very good questions. Does the pandemic speed up the adoption of EVs and renewable energy? I don't think it's going to slow it down. That's what I think in the long run. Certainly at the moment it's stopped, hasn't it? Everything's stopped. But I don't think it's going to slow it down. I think people are realizing now, particularly in cities, you look out your window in a city and it's quiet and the air is fresh and it doesn't stink of diesel. And you're going, this is better than my normal life. And that is really a show we're doing we're recording this weekend. I'm trying to get that finished. about trying to imagine the world better after we've got over this horrendous pandemic. You know, how about having that as an aim, that we want to have a better world that comes out of this, rather than just go back immediately to flying everywhere, going on cruises. I got a feeling the cruise industry is probably not going to survive this. I mean, who wants to go on a giant cruise ship now? I think, that is a bit of a booby prize. Anyway, it is now 5:45. Hello and welcome to the Fully Charged News Show. Live news coming to you live from Studio One. I'm scratching my ear. I shouldn't be touching my face. From Studio One in the lockdown United Kingdom on Friday, the 3rd of April, 2020. You're very welcome. Thank you for watching. Now, this news episode is a bit different because it will lead into a newly released episode on Fully Charged, the normal, regular Fully Charged feed, which I really want you to have a look at. This episode is called "Who Towed the Electric Car?" Now, it'll all make sense as soon as you watch it. It's not a big mystery, but it features our very own Chelsea Sexton, and this was filmed earlier this year, long before any lockdowns, who appeared in Chelsea, as some of you will know, appeared in the 2006 documentary "Who Killed the Electric Car?" And the reason we called it "Who Towed the Electric Car" is it features the EV1, the General Motors EV1, really the first production car that was ever made back in the 1990s. Chelsea managed to find one in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and she towed it from Oklahoma to Austin, Texas, with an electric car. I won't spoil it anymore, but it's really interesting. And she knows the EV1 better than really anyone around. So she does a brilliant explanation of it. So that will start in approximately 13 minutes. So I've got to do the news in 13 minutes. But here's a story that caught my eye and I think gives a clue. This really does tell me something about what's going on in the world, but particularly because it's now catching the attention of the, traditional press, not just people who are interested in electric cars or cars in general or the energy industry, just the general news thing. So this was an article that was in Forbes magazine. And it was all about the connectivity. It was about the arrival of electric vehicles, and that has now been acknowledged that they are here, they are real, they're a proper alternative. The arrival of electric cars, the connectivity that they're capable of, and the rise in renewable generation, the way these things are all linked together very, very closely. And the development of smart grids and the huge impact that this is going to have on the energy world that we live in and the way we produce and consume energy. So the article in Forbes was actually titled "Electric Vehicles Batteries Could Dwarf the Grid's Energy Needs." And what this means is that we can store enough energy in vehicle batteries around the world to run the entire world if it's not windy or it's not sunny or it's nighttime. This is the concept. And this comes out of a report that they are quoting by IRENA. IRENA is the International Renewable Energy Agency, which is about the rise in smart vehicle connectivity and grid connectivity. And this is a quote from Francesco Boschel. No, it's not Francesco, it's Francisco Boschel. Sorry, IRENA's team lead for renewable energy technology standards and markets. And he said, if we see this from not only a transport perspective, he's talking about electric cars. If we see this from not only a transport perspective, but from a power sector perspective, it also means that a massive electricity storage capacity would be available with all these batteries on wheels. Because that's what I've been saying for years. An electric car is basically a battery on wheels, and it's a really useful battery on wheels because you can charge it when electricity is cheap, and you can use that electricity when electricity is expensive, which I will be showing as soon as we're allowed to film more stuff in my house, because I have a vehicle to grid charge system installed in this house. He then went on to say batteries in EVs will dwarf a stationary battery capacity in 2050. This is indeed a great opportunity for the power sector transformation. So what IRENA are suggesting is that electric vehicles, the global fleet of electric vehicles, are expected to contain, this is extraordinary, 40 terawatt hours of battery storage by 2050. 40 terawatt hours. Now, to put that in perspective, the most optimistic projection for grid storage batteries that are being installed now, it's happening all over the world already, will be 9 terawatt hours, which is huge. 9 terawatt hours is enormous. But all the cars, now this is assuming some things, but all the cars would have 40 terawatt hours. Now, 40 terawatt hours is a lot of electricity. And I now need to spend more time looking up how long you could run the world on 40 terawatt hours. Not that long, but still, it's a phenomenal amount of electricity. So if we go crazy and carry on installing grid level batteries, I went to see a big installation of Tesla power packs in California. I've been trying to go and see the really big one in South Australia. And every time I go to Australia, which I'm not going to be doing for a while, it's out in the desert. It's quite a long drive to get there. You can do it in a Tesla on one charge. Anyway, just to explain this theory a little bit more, this quote from Irina Anisi, sorry, Irina, if you're watching this, I've got these names really badly wrong. Irina Anisi, there we go. I'll do it again. This quote from Irina Anisi, an officer in Irina's. No, that's why it's confusing, because the organization is called Irina and she's called Arena. Please, if you know her, please don't send her a link to this. I don't want her to see this. It's too embarrassing. And if you are watching, I apologize. The Renewable Energy Innovation Team, that's where she's from. Vehicle to grid makes a lot of sense. This is a really important point. Makes a lot of sense that cars are parked for 90% of the time. 90% of the time, we're not using them. They're just sitting there doing nothing. Like cars now, internal combustion engine cars. What are they doing? Especially now, there's millions of cars around the world just left because we're not going anywhere. 90% of the time, if the battery is connected to the grid for such a long time, we can actually use the battery to offer some services back to the grid and help the grid increase flexibility and integrate a higher share of renewable energy, wind and solar in this case. So it's not just me pontificating about the importance of vehicle-to-grid technology. That's the main thing, and how it could make cars more useful. Wouldn't it be great if our cars would be useful for 100% of the time rather than 10%? I think that's probably, that's probably a good thing. I'm trying not to look at all the comments because, oh, you're not going, look, I'm just going to have to sort this out. I know there's been some comments about the fact that I am wearing trousers. They're my gardening trousers. They're not smart, but I've got trousers on. I'm not sitting here naked from the waist down. Mind you, sorry, I've just nudged the camera. That is very, very unprofessional. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to remember his name. Joe Orton said in the 1960s, we're all naked under our clothes, which of course we are. Anyway, now another story. Now, wait a minute. Is this? I think I've covered that pretty well. And what's the time? Oh, I've only got 6 minutes left. Hurry up, Bobby! You've only got 6 minutes left. This is great. I just think this is wonderful. Okay, so I've had a long and very, very creative and positive relationship with Toyota. I think they make amazing cars. I had 2 different Priuses. They were brilliant. They were amazing. One of them saved my life. One of them, I was in a very serious accident in a Prius, and it definitely saved my life. I wouldn't be here now if I was in many other vehicles that I made. Brilliant car. And then they've just done. And also, the Prius was a revolutionary car. It absolutely transformed the industry. But then they've recently done, as you know, this absurd and offensive, stupid, short-sighted, ignorant advertising campaign, this self-charging hybrid garbage. It's quite annoying. And there's been lots of comments coming out of Toyota over the last, say, 5-10 years about the battery cars they don't work. Nobody wants them. and hydrogen is the future, which we all really hope it is. And certainly Toyota make a very, very impressive Mirai, a hydrogen fuel cell car. Really beautiful car to drive, driven it, wonderful. Not a lot of places to fill it yet, but it'll get there eventually. It's questionable whether hydrogen fuel cell in a car is a good idea. Certainly in trucks and buses and big machines, it's a brilliant idea. But that's that was the thing. So they do make, Toyota, of course, do make fully electric cars, which they sell in China, but they don't sell them anywhere else. Until I think soon, I think they will change, because Toyota and the Chinese company BYD, and BYD stands for Build Your Dreams. They may, if you had a mobile phone or a cell phone 10, 15 years ago, it would have had a BYD battery in it. They made batteries for cell phones for years. Then they started making battery electric cars. I saw the early BYD cars at a car show in probably 8, 9 years ago. I wasn't overwhelmingly impressed. My goodness, they've moved on. They're really good cars, proved to be very solid, very reliable. And they make pretty much all the electric buses, not quite, because there's Proterra in America. There's a rival in the UK that are making buses, although I don't think I meant to say that. So I'm very sorry, because they haven't launched them yet. They might be making, they could make buses. They definitely could if they wanted to. They're making delivery vans at the moment, loads of them. Brilliant. We're doing a show about it when we're allowed. But so BYD make lots and lots of electric buses. So all the electric buses in China, probably close to 100,000 of them in China now. They really make loads of them. And they've gone into partnership together, Toyota and BYD, to make electric cars, battery electric cars that you have to plug in. They're not self-charging. They're not self-charging. Yeah. So, and as you know, Toyota know from all their enormous research that people hate plugging cars in. Oh, they hate it. They want a self-charging car. And they hate, because a self-charging car, you just get in it and you just drive. I mean, okay, occasionally you have to drive via a petrol/gas/filling station to stand in the cold and the dark, in the wind, and hold a very, very questionably not very clean pump handle nozzle thing, particularly at the moment. I wouldn't want to hold one of those. And you have to put it in the tank and stand there while toxic fumes get pumped into your tank in your self-charging hybrid, because that's what it is using. It's a petrol car. It's a petrol car, Toyota. Anyway, so that's what people prefer, doing that rather than like plugging it in a car park or on a street charger or outside their house. Because that takes so long, 5-7 seconds of utterly wasted time, when you could drive out of your way to go to a filling station, to stand there for 10 minutes and pay an enormous amount of money to use a fuel in an incredibly inefficient engine. Blew that rant by using the wrong word at the end. But I think you know what I mean. What's the time? 5:58, 2 minutes to go. But the thing is, I am really pleased that Toyota are going to be making electric cars. Probably a couple of years before we see anything, but at least they're doing it. And so they're going to be mass producing electric cars because they're really good at making cars. That's the thing. Whether you like the styling or not, I'm not bothered. The actual car, the Toyota Prius, incredibly reliable car. Their batteries lasted longer than the bloody cars. There are Toyota Prius taxis that have done a million miles. They're absolutely shagged, but they're just amazing. So, if we confirm it, yes, they are annoying. I think we all agree they are annoying, and I think they'll live to regret it. So that is very nearly the end of this. Oh, yeah, very nearly, because I want you to then go to Fully Charged and watch this show. Also, this show features a car that arrived at Austin, Texas show early this year, the one that I couldn't be at because I was ill, but the current thing. And I'm better now, which is very, I keep getting messages. Hope you're better. I'm absolutely 100% recovered. So I'm very well at the moment. I'm very isolated and I do wash my hands. But what's happening now, if you go to fullycharged.show, that's our webpage, you can actually buy golden tickets for next year's show. People are already buying them because it is going to be amazing. Different location, right in the middle of Austin. Beautiful location for Fully Charged Live 2021 in April next year. We're already selling. I can't believe people are buying tickets, but they want to get in there because it was an amazing event this year and a lovely community feeling. People drove from all over the country in electric vehicles. It was absolutely extraordinary. We had amazing things on display there. The Rivians were on display there. The EV1 that you'll see in this show, the Porsche Taycan. Oh, I touched it like as I was leaving. I just gave it a stroke because it's a very beautiful looking car. But anyway, that's all. I'm going to go now because I want you to watch that. But I suppose I could go on a bit because you can watch that anytime you like. But it is live now. It's now 6 o'clock. Southern California. Yes, it's 6 o'clock. Well, thank you for a great show. Very good. Johnny left on bad terms. Won't mention him. No, he didn't leave on bad terms. He left on very good terms. We've seen each other earlier this year and we had a long cuddle and a nice chat. Johnny is an amazing man who wanted to go off and do his own shizzle, as he would describe it. And, you know, that's very sad. But next week we will be announcing 2 new or 3 new presenters that I think you'll be impressed with. One who knows a lot of things about cars and one who is just not scared of stuff. I'll leave it at that. He's amazing. The cuddle was pre the lock, many days pre the lockdown, many weeks. Richard Hammond, no. Or Jeremy. No, it's not Jeremy. Or Scylla, some very good. Or Tiff. Ed China, lovely Ed. I hope we can do stuff with Ed. It isn't Ed. I just need a big box to stand on when I'm talking to Ed because he's so enormously tall. Yes, we have. Oh, sorry, there's a lot of things coming through now. 1901 is the Stig, James May. Oh my God, the people you're suggesting. I think they're all quite busy. I've actually met the original Stig. He's a lovely bloke. Don't let the thing get you down. No, not Vicky Buckler Henderson. No, God. Guy Martin. Wouldn't that be wonderful? No. Craig Charles. You're so sharp. You're wonderful. I will have to get going. Chris. Someone has guessed right, but I'm not going to say who. Yeah, Boris Johnson. Yeah, right. Anyway, that's it. Go and watch the other episodes. Really good. You'll love it. Chelsea in America, because it's American highways. It all looks different to little England. You've been wonderful. Thank you for watching this live sort of news. And I will see you all again very soon. There we go. Oh, yeah. Please subscribe to Fully Charged. Please check the Patreon link that's beneath this video. Actually, and all the links to the stories are beneath this video, which is a little bit more fulsome than the stuff I waffled on about. And as always, if you have been, thank you for watching.